What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Geek Out Room. Today we are talking about Eddington. If you have not seen this film yet, please go into it blind. Do not watch trailers. Some films you just have to go into on blind faith. This is one of those films. It's that good. We're going to be talking about spoilers. So again, if you have not seen the film, please pause, go watch it, come back and join us. With that being said, you've been warned. Let's get right into it. Eddington is my favorite film of the year now. Sinners had it. Eddington took it. I'm not feeling bad for it. It did not. No, it took Sinners' spot in my heart for number one. And I'm struggling with it because I really loved Sinners, and I hope Sinners wins everything at the Academy. But man, Eddington was a treat. So it was nice seeing Pedro Pascal in a role like this. I don't think I've seen him like this since Narcos. I have not seen The Materialists. I don't know how I've heard great things about him in that, but I have not seen it. This is the first time I've seen him in a non-superhero or big, huge franchise role in a while, and this is good. I'm counting The Last of Us as a huge franchise thing. So yeah, this film was really cool, man. It was like four different films in one. Usually that's a bad thing, but here Ari Aster just controls. It's chaotic, and he controls the chaotic. He controls the chaos and delivers something truly beautiful, something truly unique in this day and age. And the fact that he was able to really illustrate how crazy 2021 to like 2021 to 2020 to like halfway through 2022, but definitely like that initial 2020 phase was like, he really did a great job illustrating that. I mean, going from the mask mandates to Black Lives Matter to Antifa to like all these things. I really like how they made that one kid like a parallel to like not even parallel, but like made him like Kyle Rittenhouse basically. So doing the Kenosha protest shooting riot situation, like he pulled so much from 2020 and put it all in there. And I think, I could be wrong, because I forgot who it was, but they're scrolling really fast on their phone. I think they also did a good job of like Twitter feeds in here to capture what Twitter feeds were like during 2020. And I think there was one about the NBA being in a bubble for the NBA bubble season. I could be wrong about that, but I think they did. I saw a post about LeBron James in the film. I thought that was cool. So yeah, I think it was just like, I've been talking about for a while. I was like, 2020 is one of those. It's gonna be that period of time where a lot of people suffered in so many different ways that we really won't see the effects of that until years later. We're starting to now, but I really love that we got a film that truly captured how chaotic it was, man. It was super chaotic, and I love that it did it in a small town, so that we could really focus on it, how it impacted from small communities to bigger ones. We know how anyone who lived during that time saw the protests and how crazy things were in New York City, Washington D.C., L.A., etc. But seeing how it affected really small, middle of nowhere towns is very interesting, especially ones that is not that does not have a lot of black people in it, right? A lot of black presence in it. So I thought it was really interesting. I think everyone delivered a great performance. You know, Pedro Pascal was in it, but he wasn't in it as much as I thought he was going to be. Because again, I thought the whole film was going to just be the two of them running for mayor and like going at it. But when the movie turned to another movie, when the mayor got shot and killed and his son got shot and killed, and I thought it was basically going to be it. Then it turned into the sheriff, a crime thriller where like the sheriff was trying to get away with the crime, you know? And then it turned into like a neo-western. It's just beautiful, man. The progression in how this film went was something you have to experience on the big screen. You have to experience this in a theater. Honestly, this is one of those films you want to see with people. You really want to see this with people, man. It was just such a really interesting movie. And it's a daring choice again, in the best, and I mean this is a compliment. 4 movies in one. It felt like 4 different films in one, and to juggle that much and still delivering how the vision you want to deliver is great. I like some of the cinematography choices. I loved how this movie was shot. It felt like an A24 film, but it felt like something different. It felt like an A24, but like it just really, it felt really, it was a really phenomenal movie, man. It was hilarious. That's another thing. This movie is really funny. This movie is really, really funny, dude. There's a scene where, you know how, because social media and influence from other kids, and you not really know what you're talking about. There's a kid that's basically Kyle Rittenhouse, who he was like talking to his family at a dinner table and telling them like he's just spewing a bunch of like regurgitating a bunch of stuff he heard from a girl I think he had a crush on, and basically his he's like telling his white mom and dad this because he's also white, he's like a white family, and then he's just talking about like talking about white guilt and all this stuff, and his dad was basically like, I'm not gonna say the word he said, but he basically said, "Are you stupid? Like you're white." And it's just that was one of the funniest scenes in the film, and they did this cool transition. I know I'm going over the place, but they did a cool transition in this film I also liked. They did 2 great transitions in this film that I really liked. There was a match cut of when the sheriff crashed out and shot and killed the homeless dude, and he like was dragging his body in the trunk and then drag him out the trunk. I really loved that match cut. There was another transition where they go they're on the plane with the white supremacists, and it goes into this like bandana, and then it pans out and it's like the black square that people were posting for the Black Lives Matter protest online on Instagram, and that was really interesting. I really liked that transition. Emma Stone, like there's so many performances in this thing that I really liked. Emma Stone did a really good job. I really liked her character, and the like, oh my gosh, bro, there's so much going on in this film. The moment where the sheriff went to his town hall after trying to quell a Black Lives Matter protest, and then he went and basically said the mayor raped his wife when they were younger, and then for his wife to obviously get pissed off because she's chronically online because she's ill and all this stuff, and the mom is chronically online, and then for her to see that, leave him and go to basically what is a cult, I'm sure, and then for her to then make a video saying that didn't happen, and that is a lie that her mom made up with him, and then like to do all that, I thought it was just, and then from to go from that scene to the party scene where the mayor's basically celebrating because like he's gonna run on a pose, like there's a sheriff's campaign is done, and that scene, man, where he walks into the party, everyone's looking at him, masks and everything, he's the only one without a mask. He goes, because of noise complaint, he goes, lowers the music, walks back, trying to walk back to his car. They put the music loud again. It's Katy Perry Fireworks, which is another great song choice. And then for him to have to go back and turn the music back down, and the mayor to slap him twice. Oh my God. It was such a powerful scene because the slap was so much disgust on both sides. It was so much disgust. Pedro slapped the shit out of this man, like a little, how dare you slap? Not like just how dare you slap? Like how dare you slander my name? It was such a, like, oh my God, it was such a moment, man. And then for the sheriff to crash out, and for them to try to Jedi mind trick you, and to be like, oh man, I forgot his name. Is his name Michael? The black deputy that they try to pin it on, to set up like he did it, and then for the sheriff to actually be the one that's sniping them is beautiful misdirection that I really liked. I liked it because again, the sheriff kind of said it in the interrogation room, like to his other deputy. I think the other deputy name was Guy, and he was like, "Look." he had motive, I had motive, which is true. They both had motive to do this in a way, at least the way the movie was setting up. So we didn't really know. But to see him and see him crash out, man, was crazy. Like, that was dope. And then I really liked the sequence with the other police officer that was like piecing it together. I think it was like Native American police officer that was piecing it together slowly was beautiful. There was so much going on. There was so much going on at the same time. And to juggle all that simultaneously, still keeping the humor for the majority of it, and then keeping some of the suspenseful thriller parts was also really well done. And then to see it turn into like a shootout like the way it did, like they're hunting him down through, bro. They were on his ass. Them boys were on his ass, bro. And to see the sheriff drive through his town and to see it slowly devolve into chaos, man. Like uncontrollable chaos. You remember from the beginning of the film, he's like, it's over there on the other side of the country, because remember George Floyd thing was happening. That was in Minnesota. And so they're like, it's all in Minnesota, we're all in New Mexico, it has nothing to do with us. We know everybody in this town. This is a small town. I've kept y'all safe for all these years. That all that stuff's never gonna reach us, never gonna touch us. Like, we're not ignorant over here and all that stuff. So to go from that to see it slowly just turn to chaos and showing that yes, this chaos can reach any community anywhere, especially when you're on the news and people know about you, it can reach you. And again, with the whole Kenosha thing and so many other things, there was a huge thing of like influx of people who didn't even live in these communities flooding in and committing chaos and all this stuff. So I like that they add that to the movie as well. That's another thing that happened during 2020 that didn't really, like, that a lot of other people who try to capture that time forget about. And the fact that he add that there and made it such a powerful moment was really cool, because we see them hunting down the sheriff, bro. And it turns into just crazy. I don't know if you've seen the movie 1917 or no, the war movie where it's like all in one shot from that movie. The movie, there's a moment where like a bomb explodes, like it's like a jump scare bomb explosion. They did something like that, very similar to this, and that was epic. And seeing the body parts fly, like, that was a scene. And then from there to the end of the movie is chaos. For like the next like 30 minutes, what seemed like 30 minutes, could be like less than that, but what seemed like 30 minutes is straight up shootout, cat and mouse running. Then scene where he goes to the gun store like his GTA, comes out with a fully automatic like turret gun, bro. Starts just spraying wherever he can, and the paranoia, the fear, the chills that were delivered through those sequences and those moments led to a truly beautiful movie. There's very few movies that are like this with political and social commentary that also delivers some of the best, some of the craziest action sequences I've seen. It's nothing like, obviously not like some crazy action scene like out of a superhero movie, but like, just for a movie like this, crazy, like just interesting action sequences. And just, they know, like, when the suspense hits, but it builds up to something truly chaotic, and it's just insane. And then how they smartly set up the kid to basically be Kyle Rittenhouse, that was very interesting and well done as well. And then that scene, bro, that basically runs out of ammo. The dude runs up on him with a knife and stabs him in the head, in the skull, and then he survives. And then the kid turns into a national hero. The sheriff turns into, he's paralyzed now. And then his wife gets pregnant. His wife's impregnated by this cult leader. Oh my God, this film is insane. This film is just insane. And there's very few movies that can do something like this. There's just very few. And I just want people to go watch it, man. Because it was so much chaos that turned into beauty and was so well executed and shot. And there's just no way. There's no way people did not have fun on set. Cause you could just tell by how this thing was shot that these people had so much fun making this film, man. This film is just something that's like, this film is like if someone lived in a small town, saw all these events unfold, and then tried to recollect it into a script and show people. Like, that's how well this was executed, man. And I just, between the comedy, the action sequences, and just the dialogue, man, it's hard for me not to put this as my favorite film of 2025. And Joaquin Phoenix deserves a Best Lead Actor nomination for the Oscars. He truly does. This film deserves nominations and awards. And again, it's going to be tough because I don't think a lot of people are going to see it because it fell in between Superman and Fantastic Four. And I just don't see there's room for this in all of that. But I do think if this thing came out a month earlier or a month later, it would have done well. This is one of those movies I think got a disservice being released during the summer. I think this is a fall movie, to be honest with you. I really think this movie shot would have been done way better in the fall, and really could have been pushed for a good Oscar nomination, or even the winter if it got released. If it was able to be released last winter or like this winter, I think it really would have done better. I think in the summer it's just tough because how many summer blockbusters come out. It's hard to find a good slot for this, but this is a great film. Well directed, well shot, well acted. Everyone gave a performance. The girl who played, oh man, I forgot her name, but the girl who basically, like, she left her bag at the mayor's house, she did an amazing freaking job, dude. She delivered some of the funniest dialogue, not trying to be funny on purpose, just the absurdity of her character, going up to a black officer and basically being like, like, I know you've been, it's just talking on race, like that's what it, you know what it gave me? The energy she gave me was Nancy Pelosi kneeling in Kunta Kinte cloth, and the I forgot where in DC they did, but like that shit. Like, we asked for policies and for police to stop killing us, and then they went in Capitol Hill and started kneeling, and then did nothing. That's what this felt like. I remember the protests happening, and people who are influencers just showing up to take pictures like they were there, and then burning rubber, getting away. Like, I remember that, and this film had it in a way where it wasn't super exaggerated. It wasn't something where it's like, it wasn't trying to be satirical to the point where it's like, it felt like an SNL sketch. This felt like a very realistic, cringy way of how people act, like how they were acting cringy during that time, and some of the antics were really stupid. And how, one thing I'll say before I end this, one thing I really loved about this movie is they did show how white people at the time really struggled to properly let black Americans or black people in general issue their frustrations publicly. Like, instead of listening, there was too much acting without listening, if that makes sense. It turns like what 2020 really, like what happened. Like, I remember so many, like, people were trying to be allies, but they didn't really know how to be. And the way they spoke and talked about it and stuff, you can tell they didn't really listen or talk to their black friends a lot, and they were kind of just going off of whatever. And I really, really loved that. The only thing this thing was missing, the only thing, and I don't remember if this was 2020 now. I think this happened in 2020 when they did that Imagine video where it's like a bunch of celebrities were like singing into, like, I don't know what the fuck they were doing. I forgot that was during COVID or not. That would have just been the icing on top, like the icing that's Oreo and icing on top. But this film is a 10 out of 10. This film had everything. This film is everything. This film is just a lot, but directed very well. This is a directing clinic, in my opinion. This thing was directed very well, and it had to be. If it wasn't directed damn near perfectly, I won't say nothing's perfect, but if it wasn't directed damn near perfectly, this would have been a mess, or would have been a satire of itself, if that makes sense. So 10 out of 10. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts on Eddington. Have you seen it? Please, if you haven't, go see it. Please tell your friends to go see it. Films like this deserve attention, they deserve time. And oh man, I'm gonna watch this thing again because this was a movie, man. This was a movie, and I went in blind. I went in as blind as possible. I think I only saw like one trailer, and I really didn't know what this was about. So, comment below, let me know. See you on the next one. Peace.